In today's episode of Dad Cat Kit and I go to the beach for the first time ever, and we even see some dolphins. And in another adventure, get ready to laugh, get ready to scream, because it's going to be a wild ride. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hi, my name is Dad. Welcome back to our channel where we share epic adventures with my two cats, Kiko and Pino. Today, we're going to the beach for the first time ever. We've been wanting to do this for quite a while now, but we've never really gotten around to it. But today is the day. So let's get started. When they heard that we were going to the beach, both cats got super excited. I don't think they really knew what to expect, but they were definitely looking forward to it. When we arrived at the beach, they were both mesmerized by the vastness of the ocean. They had never seen anything like it before. We decided to start off slow and just lay out on the beach for a little bit. The cats were curious about everything and wanted to explore. Of course, there were other dogs there and they all seemed friendly, so it was no problem. Soon they were playing and running around, having the time of their lives. After a while, we started to walk down the beach. And this is when things got really interesting. The cats were totally fascinated by all the new smells and sights. They kept stopping to sniff things and look around. We walked for a while and eventually came across a group of dolphins. The cats went crazy. They had never seen anything like it before. I think they were more scared than anything, but still they wanted to go closer. Of course, we didn't let them go too close, but they still got a good look at the dolphins. We stayed at the beach for a while longer, but eventually it was time to go home. The cats were exhausted from all the excitement and just wanted to take a nap. As we drove home, they both fell asleep. It was a great day. At the end of the day, we all had a great time at the beach. It was a new experience for all of us, and we enjoyed it. Even though it can be a little bit stressful taking your cats to the beach, it's definitely worth it. Just seeing their eyes light up when they saw the ocean was priceless. If you have the opportunity to take your cats to the beach, I definitely recommend it. They may surprise you with how much they enjoy it. Next up, a very scary adventure. One day, Dad Cat Kito and I decided to go on an adventure in the woods behind our house. We've been wanting to explore these woods for a while now, but we've never really had the time. But today was the day. As we made our way into the woods, the trees started to get thicker and the sunlight started to fade away. It was starting to get dark and we were starting to get scared. That's when we heard it. There was something rustling in the bushes. We stopped and listened. Then we started to hear it again. Whatever it was getting closer. Then we saw it. It was a big, scary animal. No, actually it was just a little squirrel. We let out a sigh of relief. We were so scared. We thought it was something bigger, maybe even a bear. We continued on our way, and then we heard it again, the rustling in the bushes. We stopped and listened. Then we started to hear it again. Whatever it was getting closer. Then we saw it. It was another squirrel. We let out a sigh of relief. We were so scared. We thought it was something bigger, maybe even a bear. We continued on our way, and then we saw it. It was a deer. It was a beautiful deer, but it was also a very skittish deer. It took off running. We didn't want to scare it, so we just let it go. We continued on our way and eventually came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a rock, and on top of the rock was the most amazing thing we had ever seen. It was a butterfly. It wasn't just any butterfly, it was a blue morpho butterfly. We had never seen anything like it before. It was so beautiful. We sat there for a while just watching the butterfly. Eventually, it flew away and we continued on our way. As we made our way deeper into the woods, we started to hear different sounds. We could hear birds chirping, leaves crunching, and we could even hear water running. It was so peaceful. We continued on our way and eventually came across a creek. We had to cross the creek to continue on our hike. As we made our way across the creek, we could feel the water getting deeper. We were starting to get scared. What if we got swept away? But we had to keep going. That's when we saw it. There was a log in the water. We quickly grabbed onto the log and pulled ourselves closer to the shore. We made it. We continued on our hike and eventually came across a hill. We had to go up the hill to get to the other side of the woods. As we made our way up the hill, we could feel our legs getting tired. We were almost there. That's when we saw it. There was a rock at the top of the hill. We quickly scrambled up the rock and made it to the top of the hill. We had made it to the other side of the woods. We were so happy. It had been such an amazing adventure. We turned around to go back, but that's when we realized we were lost. We didn't know where we were or how to get back to the car. We were starting to get scared. What if we never made it out of these woods? We didn't want to panic, but we had to do something. That's when we saw it. There was a trail marker in the distance. We quickly started to walk towards the trail marker. We were almost there. Then we saw it. There was a car on the road. We quickly started to run towards the car. We made it. We had made it out of the woods. We were so happy. It had been such an amazing adventure. We learned that day that even though it's important to explore and be adventurous, it's also important to be prepared and know your limits. We were lucky we made it out of the woods okay. We never want to be in that situation again, but we're just glad we had each other and we made it through together. I hope you enjoyed our adventure. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you join our family. Thanks for watching. Bye.